Hey, this is Chris at Art Secret Studio, and I want to go over the different erasers and what kind of marks they make and how they affect your painting. So let me set up some of the drawing and show you what to do. I'm just going to take some powdered charcoal real quick. It's the fastest thing. And I'm just going to kind of and put this away and start. So my favorite eraser is a kneaded eraser. You just stretch it to disperse the dirt and it keeps it clean. It is a tool now. I draw as much with the eraser as I do with the pencil. So I don't know if that's a good thing because I have trouble drawing. Then it's because I have to erase so much. But I've learned to use it as a tool instead of a negative. I can make little points. I can make it flat. So if I make a little flat mark like this, and then I can pull it, and I can sort of drag over it. And I'm using Strathmore 300 series paper. Now notice it's not as erasing much because it got very dirty. So areas where I don't want to take a lot off, that's where I use it when it's dirty. Then if I stretch it and I want to do something in the hair and make certain marks, this eraser does that. It sort of does this kind of, it lets me have a varying touch from light to dark. It's a fantastic tool. And it's her movement I'm after, and the eraser's helping me make that movement. So I'm not just taking charcoal. Let me grab a piece. I'm not just taking charcoal and drawing with the charcoal. I am going to do that, but I like to also take the eraser and I'll smear over the charcoal with my finger to soften the line a little bit, especially in the early stages. And I'm just sketching it in. And again, I'll take my finger and go over it. And then I'll take the eraser and I'll draw over. So I had charcoal. I have erasing over the charcoal. Then I drew over the erasing. And now I'm going to erase over the drawing. And there's a depth that I'm starting to get of a variation. And you really actually see that in the Italian Renaissance and the High Renaissance. And I'm a big fan of creating that depth. And very few people do it to the level of Rembrandt. And that layering of transparent and opaque color. So this eraser is really a fantastic tool. But again, be real careful with the paper you're using. The 300 series sketch, not drawing, by Strathmore lets me work up drawings and enjoy my day just using an eraser. And I just kind of change the thickness and make little points, and I can work off the form and carve it away and start to put in her leg. And then what I'll do is, as I gradually go a little darker and I gradually work a little stronger, to get that strength of her leg in, then I'll draw back over that area again. And then I'll take the eraser over that again. And it's a tool. So the kneaded eraser to me is indispensable. I have trouble with all the companies on the market today. I'm a massive fan of the Alpha Graphics Prismacolor. Is it Alpha Graphics? It's the Prismacolor kneaded eraser. Now, there's a lot of complaints where they say the Prismacolor gets hard after time. So everyone likes the Faber-Castell. And I too can see the difference, but the Faber-Castell is too gooey, and I think they make a lot of the off-brands for the stores. And I can't say store names, so be careful when you see a store name brand. It's made by one of these big companies. So I've taken a daily pill bottle from Amazon. I think you get 3 for $3, and I store it in here and close it up. And it really does keep my eraser from getting hard as a rock. It also keeps it from getting dirty, because when I have one of these bags I throw it in, and I really have come to like the Think Tank Cable Management 30, but we'll do an ad on that later. And it's stronger and whatever. So when I throw all my stuff in there, it makes my eraser filthy dirty. So this is a great way to protect your eraser and keep it clean. Another way to use an eraser, though, my wife is a massive fan of this Prismacolor Magic Eraser. Okay, this is when you can't get white and you need to start rubbing. And we're not talking about the pink eraser, the pink pearl. I think she likes the white pearl, her favorite. So forget I just said magic eraser. Imagine I said pink, white pearl eraser is her favorite. I don't use these, but let me show you what they would be used for. On the other hand, I absolutely love this Mono Zero made of the same white stuff. And I do use that. So maybe I should use this. So this is a little stronger when you're going to make this more of a powerful erased mark. And you're going to make this, just kind of, you're going to make her show the strength of this little girl. So it's so funny. We think it's the drawing that shows the strength of this little girl, but it's the marks that you make as you push on this. Now it does leave stuff behind, and the more marks you make, the more powerful this drawing becomes, because it shows her energizer bunny attitude, always on the go. And you can start to see this developing. So what's the Mono Zero eraser for? Well, it's for the little things. When you want to go in here and just erase out a little hair in here and make some of the wispy hairs. Now you're going to have to also take your hand and wipe it off and cover some of them, and then go over it again and wipe it off and cover some. So you have them in different levels. You don't want these, I'm going to pretend, you just don't want these marks to all be in the same place. So as you start to put her hair in and you erase it in, you want some where you're touching lightly, some where you press hard. Go over it with your finger, makes it darker. Go over it again, makes it lighter. So I can do that maybe in her shirt, where I start to go in here with some of these folds. And then I can go over it with my finger and then go over a couple more. But you have to watch how busy it starts to get. So these kneaded erasers are powerful tools. I use them all the time. And I think you should learn how to use them. But gosh, don't leave home without this one. This goes with me. I have this in my watercolor kit. I have them in my drawing kits. I have them in my charcoal kits. When we go somewhere, we have 2 kits, one for my wife, one for myself each. And then I have them in the studio. They're everywhere. And I buy these by the dozen. They're everywhere too.